A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, Let's Learn Together.
A very good morning to all of you, my dear students. Welcome back to your favorite channel, also YouTube channel, Let's Learn Together. And we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 3, the Sultans of Delhi. And you can find it in NCERT book. It will be written as the Delhi Sultans. So the chapters are same, the topics are same, everything is same. So NCERT books students as well as other book students can follow this guideline, can follow this tutorial also. So no problem for the CBSE students or other students. You can see the Sultans of Delhi. There are few photographs, images in the front. You can see over here. In the first image, you can see a king and a queen is also there. And in the second image, you can see that someone is just trying to kissing the hand of the king. And the last image that is quite interesting. That is the image of Razia Sultan. That is she was only the woman emperor of Delhi at that particular time. That is the only woman emperor. So we will learn and discuss about her also in our chapter. And obviously it is presented by me, that is Shafiq Ahmed. So let us begin the chapter. Let me give you a few introduction. So the period from CE means now the term BCE has been changed. Now we used to say BC, replace the term BC and just giving the term, new term, that is CE, 1206 to 1526. That is the after the birth of the Christ, means we have just replaced the term AD. Sorry, AD to CE. So now CE, that is the common era. It is also known as the common era. That is after the birth of the Jesus Christ. So 1206 to 1526 has been termed or known as the period of the Delhi Sultans. So we can say that it is the period of the Delhi Sultanate. So in English you can say it is written as Sultanate, but we will call it as Delhi Sultanate. That is the real pronunciation of the word Sultanate. That is known as Sultanate. So the period has started from 1206 to 1526. That is more than 300 years, around 316 years. So we are going to discuss about this particular 300 years. It was the Sultanate period because the rulers of this period, they used to take or use the title of the sultans. इस period के जो rulers होते थे वो अपने आप को सुल्तान कहते थे. That's why it is known as the period of the sultans, or you can say the Sultanate period. So now you know why it is known as the Sultanate period, because the rulers of those area of those time, they used the word sultan for them. So in this period, there were 5 dynasties because it is 300 years. So we have to divide the chapter, the era, 300 years. We are going to divide into 5 dynasties which ruled over northern India, and they are the following. कुछ dynasties का नाम ही यहाँ पर है आपके सामने. That is, it begins from the early Turkish rulers. It started from 1206 and lasted till 1290. And who were the rulers? Who were the more important rulers in this area, in this era? Qutbuddin Aibak, 1206 to 1210. Shamsuddin Al-Tamas. You can see it is written at Iltutmish, but we will just pronunciate it like Al-Tamash. Shamsuddin Al-Tamas. That is 1210 to 1236. And then after his daughter Razia Sultan, known as Razia Sultan also, she ruled from 1236 to 1240. And after that, Ghiyasuddin Balban, 1266 to 1287. So that is the that is also known as the slave dynasty also, and they were the early Turkish rulers, they are known as. Next after them, that has come, that is Khalji dynasty, and it lasted from 1290 to 1320. And who were the famous rulers in this era? Jalaluddin Khalji and Alauddin Khalji. They are the famous rulers of this time. Now let us see Tughlaq dynasty, that started from 1320 and lasted till 1414. And there were 3 famous rulers in this time: Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad Tughlaq, and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. And after that, Said dynasty, that is, it started from 1414 to lasted to 1451. And who was the most important ruler? That is Khizr Khan. We will discuss about him also. And after that, that is Lodi dynasty started 1451 to 1526. Who are the rulers in this time? They are the famous one. You can see Behlol Lodi, Sikandar Lodi, and Ibrahim Lodi. And after defeating this Ibrahim Lodi, Babur became the ruler of Delhi, and Mughal dynasty started from 1526. So we are not going to discuss about Mughal dynasty in this chapter. There is a separate chapter related to Mughal dynasty that we will study in the later part of the session. So we have to study till about this one, that is 1206 to 1526, 300 years era we have to study about. So let us continue, my dear students. Now what we have to study about this one, about the Delhi, because we are going to learn about the Delhi Sultans. So let us learn few things about Delhi also. So Delhi was at that time was a commercial center. It became the commercial center. It means that people use this particular Delhi as a center for trading purpose, for purchasing and selling the commercial products. So Delhi became an important city only in the 12th century. You can see that it started from the 12th century. Delhi first became the capital of a kingdom under the Tomara Rajput. Delhi first became the capital of a kingdom. है ना, सबसे पहली बार जो दिल्ली जो कैपिटल बना था वो किसके अंदर बना था? अंडर द तोमारा राजपूत रूलर्स who were defeated in the middle of 12th century by the Chauhans. And Tomara Rajputs were defeated in the middle of the 12th century by whom? By the Chauhans. Also they are also known as Chahamanas of Ajmer. So Tomara Rajputs were defeated in the 12th century, and they were also known as the Chauhans, and Chauhans are also known as the Chahamanas. So let us see further. Delhi became an important commercial center under the Tomaras and Chauhans both. है ना, तोमारा के टाइम में भी और चौहान्स के टाइम में भी ये दिल्ली जो है एक बहुत अच्छा कमर्शियल सेंटर बना हुआ था. Many rich Jain merchants lived in the city, and they constructed several temples. So Jain merchants, those who were living in Delhi, in the city, they were constructing temples. Even coins were also minted in Delhi, and those are known as Delhi Wal. जो coins दिल्ली में बनते थे were known as Delhi Wal, which had a wide circulation, जिसका circulation काफी था coins का. But the foundation of the Delhi Sultanate started in the beginning of the 13th century. तो ये 12th century finish होने के बाद ही that Delhi Sultanate, the Sultanate of the Sultans, or the era of the Sultans, started in the beginning of the 13th century that we have just looked upon. You can see the Delhi Sultans, that started beginning from the early 13th century, that is 1206. तो ये 1206 का मतलब क्या? 13th century start हो गया है. So that is the beginning. So from 1206 you can see the Delhi Sultans, they started ruling there, and that led the transformation of Delhi into a capital, and that really transformed. They tried to transform Delhi as the capital also. So Delhi, they used to control vast areas of the subcontinent from Delhi only. So by sitting at Delhi, those sultans, they were ruling and they were controlling vast areas of the subcontinent. So these were the few details from the point of Delhi. The Delhi Sultans, they also built many cities in the area known as Delhi. तो दिल्ली सुल्तान्स ने बहुत सारी जगह पर अपने cities जो है उन्होंने बनाया. That we will discuss in the later on, in the later part of the chapter also. So Delhi Sultans, they started building many cities. They created, you can say, many cities which were also came to be known as Delhi also. So we will have to see what are the source of information, कि हम लोगों को ये सारे information कैसे मिले, how we have got the information, what is the source of the information. So let us see. The source of the information are what? Inscriptions, the written text, the coins, as well as the architecture of that particular time also. We have found many buildings, many coins, and many inscriptions. It is written manywhere in the manuscripts. We have also found in the manuscripts also a lot of details about the Delhi Sultans. Somewhere it is written on the rocks, somewhere it is written on the pillars, on the stones, and we have found a lot of information in the form of coins also and in the form of buildings also. So histories, especially histories that is known as dates, that is known as तारीख, है ना. हिस्ट्री को हम लोग डेट भी कह सकते हैं, तारीख भी कह सकते हैं, बिकॉज डेट्स और द तारीख आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन हिस्ट्रीज एंड दे आर रिटेन इन पर्शियन एज स्पेशली वैल्यूएबल, है ना, वेरी वैल्यूएबल. ये डेट्स जो होते हैं काफी वैल्यूएबल होते हैं, बिकॉज फ्रॉम द डेट्स ओनली वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट हैपेंड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर एरिया. The famous language or the important language of that time was Persian. Persian was the language of the administration under the Delhi Sultans. So Delhi Sultans लोग कौन सा language use करते थे? They were using the language Persian for administration purpose, means for making records of the things, for writing or giving some instruction also to the people. So they were using the language Persian. So the authors of Tariq were learned men, those who were writing about the rulers, about the actions of the rulers, about the different type of administration that the rulers were having. So the people who were writing, they are known as authors also. So those are the authors of those Tariq or the dates were very learned men, पढ़े लिखे होते थे वो लोग. Eventually they were mostly the secretaries, administrators, poets and the courtiers, जो कोर्ट में रहते हैं, है ना. So वो लोग रहते थे, and even their secretary, administrators and poets, they used to write about the administrative policies of those rulers also, about the things that they have done and what about the things that they tried to do. So everything was written by those authors. These learned men, they recounted the events, and they also used to advise rulers. What they were doing, they were just counting the events again, recounting means counting the events once again from the top to the bottom, and they were even advising the rulers on governments also. So they were advising the ruler how to govern, how to rule the particular area also. So highlighting the importance of the just rule, and they were just guiding, or you can say misguiding the rulers also. Sometimes they were telling the rulers that what is the just rule, means what is the type of justice that the ruler should be giving to the authors, to the citizen of the country. Now let us see why did the authors of the Tariq write histories, why they were writing, क्यों वो लोग लिखते थे, why they were wasting their time in writing. So don't say that they were not wasting. What they were doing, the authors of Tariq lived in cities. Mostly they were living in cities. They don't used to live in the village side or the outskirt area or far away from the kings. They used to live near the king in the cities, and they hardly ever lived in villages. They were not living in the villages. Those we are talking about, those writers, those authors. So those authors were not living in the villages. They were living in the cities only, mainly Delhi. And they used to write about the histories of the sultans in the hope for what, rich rewards, है ना. अच्छे इनाम पाने के लिए वो लोग क्या करते थे, लिखा करते थे. They used to write histories for the sultans so that they can get reward from the ruler. And most importantly, it helped us because they have written about the rulers, and we have come to know about the era of that particular time, that how they were ruling and what were their policies, so that we can adapt the good things and leave out the bad ones. तो ये हम लोगों के लिए बहुत फायदेमंद रहा ना कि उन्होंने लिखा, तो आज हम लोगों को पता भी चल रहा है. We come to know about those things. So however they were writing for the hope of what, rich rewards, है ना, इनाम पाने के लिए वो लिखते थे. But on the other hand, my students, they were misguiding also. They advised rulers on the need to preserve an ideal social order है ना, वो लोग सिखाते थे किंग को कि हमारे सोसाइटी में डिवीजन होना चाहिए, देयर शुड बी डिवीजन, दैट डिवीजन शुड बी ऑन बर्थ राइट, यानी अगर कोई बड़े घर में जन्म लिया है तो उसका अधिकार ज्यादा होगा, और किसी कोई अगर छोटे घर में जन्म लिया है तो उसका अधिकार क्या होना चाहिए. They were just guiding the rulers on the social order based on the birth right also. You can see I have something to show you also in the link. You can see over here. Let me zoom it also. Yeah. So birthright privilege claimed on account of birth. For example, people believe that nobles inherited the rights to govern because they were born in certain families. So those who used to live in the court, जो लोग कोर्ट में रहते थे किंग के साथ में, those who were the nobles of the king, what they were believing that they have the right to govern, means after them their son will become the noble, and after their son will become the noble. So they were saying that we have born in the noble family. So only becoming the noble of the king, becoming the vice president, president, या वजीर कह सकते हैं आप, है ना. So becoming the governor only should be given to the noble family. The chance to be given only to the noble family. They were guiding the rulers like this कि हमारे बाद जो है, हमारे मेरे बेटे जो हैं वो आपके कौन बनेंगे, वजीर बन जाएंगे, कोई दूसरा आदमी नहीं बनना चाहिए. So they were just doing this to favor themselves for their benefits. Even they were telling the king, guiding the king about the gender restrictions also. और वो लोग किंग को ये भी बताते थे कि जेंडर रिस्ट्रिक्शंस के बारे में वो बताते थे. You can see over here, gender distinction क्या होता है. Social and biological differences between women and men and women. Usually these differences are used to argue that men are superior to women. ये वो लोग इसलिए बताते थे that they want to prove that men are superior. Men का जो है हक जो है वो ज्यादा होता है. Men is very good in comparison to women. They tried to show the king. So that's why they focused on gender distinction. They were giving the king these about these ideas कि आपके कोर्ट में जो है only male होना चाहिए, female should not be there, female cannot become the queen of a particular place also, female should not be given the administrative work, फीमेल को कोई बड़ा काम नहीं देना चाहिए, उसको घर का काम करना चाहिए. ये सब चीज कौन बताते थे, ये ऑथर्स. दे वर जस्ट मिसलीडिंग, यू कैन से, दे वर जस्ट गाइडिंग देम, these rulers. So let us move ahead with our next topic. So that's all, my dear students, in this class. We will discuss once again tomorrow in our next class, and stay at home and stay safe. That's all. I prayed for all of you. Thank you all for being here in this class.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.